Welcome back, guys, to the Weebs Closet. My name is Nekko.
My name is Mike.
I'm Jake.
And today we're watching RWBY episode, volume 6.
The next one.
Episode 8, Dead End.
Okay, never mind.
It seems like everybody dies in this episode. I didn't buy enough roses, so I apologize. And that's it.
God damn it. We should have just recycled the last ones we had.
Like, I just can't believe that Nekko just spoiled the entire episode for us. Why even watch this episode at this point?
All right.
Good.
Ruby's over.
We need to speed run it. I'm trying to give you the TLDR.
Granny Silver Eyes is the Green Reaper, and that's all we needed to know.
Pretty much.
I will say one thing, but then we can move on. I guess it was kind of a speculation on how she lost her eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Whether, like, it was due to, like, damage to using the silver eyes so much, or her just being hunted. And I was kind of glad that it wasn't, like, damage, because that just means that Ruby's eventually going to lose her eyes.
Yeah.
If she's not careful.
Well, we still, I mean, like, that could still happen.
It could, yeah.
Because I mean, like, it could be from wear and tear. It really just depends on how this ability is even activated. Like, what kind of resources it uses. Is it just like a freebie, like end all be all? Like, let me just pop my ass real quick and just like Medusa flash everyone. You know, like.
Yeah, but at least Granny not having her eyes, it's not like an end zone for Ruby and her eyes. So, like, we cannot compare it, or like her route or whatever. You know what I mean?
I get it.
But with that said, guys, check Twitter, check Twitch, check our Patreon. From the moment you join our Patreon, you get access to the uncuts of all the different shows that we've done, as well as access to our Discord, where you get to chat with us or amongst yourselves about any games, shows, or movies. If you choose to jump into our Weeb Tie-in tier, you'll have access to our time-exclusive shows. These shows will either be ahead or unavailable to watch in our YouTube. Attack on Titan used to be there, Jujutsu Kaisen just finished, Mob Psycho is starting, and Invincible has been over there for over a year. And for the Full Metal Weebs, not only do you get shown off here, but you get 1 week early access to the shows currently on the screen, as well as staying ahead into our bi-weekly podcast. And you also get to vote and watch our monthly Anka movie. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and let's start the video. Go. Oh my god, 3 seconds in. How dare I?
You better be screen recording.
Yeah, it should be. Should be in the keyword. I lost the mouse. Yeah. I'll be honest, I was surprised that y'all didn't see. I mean, I think Jake was suspicious about the zooming on her eyes in the intro, but like none of you like poked at the idea of Granny.
I guess it was because the other stuff was so hype.
Yeah. I thought it was just like an interesting like anime opening type thing. Yeah, I didn't think too much of it.
Definitely, we got to start taking everything at face value.
Yeah.
I like that bridge. Not bridge, but that's a riff. There you go.
All right.
Come on! You didn't even hear us out!
Our orders are clear. The Mistral Atlas border is closed. Please, have a good day.
But-
A good day!
Hey, you don't want to believe that I'm friends with Ironwood.
General Ironwood.
Damn.
Yeah, General Ironwood. Then fine.
Ironwood
But look,
would train
we
his
have
soldiers to be
Weiss
like
with
this.
us, and we're trying to get her home safely.
Approach! Very well.
You weren't even looking at her.
With our commanding officer, we will fetch her at once.
They were kind of super weird. Yeah.
What's wrong?
Well, I may know this commanding officer.
That's good, isn't it? If
Is it
she's
not
your
winter?
friend, then maybe she'd be more willing to help us.
I wouldn't exactly call us friends.
Acquaintances?
Not quite.
Colleagues?
Former.
Enemies?
That's the one.
Wait, what?
Oh, yes, I come through here about once every 10 years to get my eyes checked up in Atlas. You bring outside cashews on one flight, and suddenly you're placed on the additional screening list for life.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Now, let's not give up hope yet. Maybe she's dead.
God damn. Mario ain't got no chill.
Introducing Special Operative Caroline Cordovan!
Okay.
Okay. Goddamn.
Witch. She-devil.
I see you've chosen larger contraband to smuggle this time.
Oh, Cordo. You know, they say time changes people, but I see you've still got that stick right out.
Hello, Miss Cordovan. My name is Ruby Rose, and I was wondering if you would hear us out about...
I've already heard what your other little friends had to say, Miss Rose. What are you doing back here? I thought I told you to leave!
And I told you we wouldn't rest until you let us through!
Nice to see you again as well.
You civilians are clearly incapable of comprehending the importance of our mission here in Argus. So allow me to say this slowly with smaller words. This base, that relay tower, the very safety of Argus are all gifts from the glorious kingdom of Atlas. And it is my duty to uphold them, as only I have the wit and tenacity for such a task.
Such wit! Such tenacity!
Or maybe Atlas just wanted to get you as far from the kingdom as possible.
You're just like the rest of these Argus ingrates. This city wouldn't even be here if it weren't for our Elysian ancestors. And what do we get in return? The entire world is ready to put a knife to our throats.
Please, we know your kingdom had nothing to do with the fall of Beacon. We were there.
No one's happy about the Atlas borders or embargo, but I know General Ironwood is just worried. It's why we need to talk to...
The General is no coward. Atlas is strong.
Even Wise like,
Calm the fuck down.
bitch.
Atlas will prevail.
Atlas will prevail!
Do you guys seriously have to do that?
If Mishni has truly come to her senses and wishes to return to her family, then of course the Atlas military will escort her home. But the kingdom will not be responsible for her friends of questionable character.
What's that supposed to mean?
Ooh.
It means we're done here.
Bro. I love that Weiss was the one, like,
Oh, yeah? Well,
defended
your
her.
face looks like a big dumb boot.
Way to show her, Nora.
No, I agree with Nora.
I don't...
Weiss, I told you we wouldn't
with the
leave your
great
side for a
comebacks.
second. We'll find
Where'd
a
you
way
get
to
your clothes
Atlas
from the toilet store?
together. So, where are we going now?
Yeah, what's the plan?
The plan? The plan just got shut on our face 3 times over. I'm going for a drink.
Goddamn, Crow is getting on my nerves.
Uncle Crow, I really think we should try and come up with something together.
What's his problem? It's not your fault we can't go on.
If he's gonna be a jerk, then we'll just come up with something without him. I mean, we've got Ozpin with us. He usually knows what to do.
About that.
What is it?
John!
Everything we did was for nothing!
That's not true.
Really? Because it sure does sound like it.
That's right, they don't
I-
know.
If Salem can't be killed, then how are we supposed to win this? Wow. Great plan, everyone.
Look, none of this is great, we know. But we're not the bad guys here.
Are we sure about that?
What?
He's in your head, isn't he? Did you already know about this?
He didn't know any of it.
How much longer can we even trust him?
John!
How do we even know it's really him? What if we've been talking to that liar this whole time?
John!
I gotta say it again. I feel bad for Oscar. He's just fucking getting the short end of the fucking stick because of Ozpin. Like, goddamn, poor guy.
And he's a kid too.
I know.
Is he gonna be okay?
I don't know.
I think it would be best if we had some time to ourselves.
Maybe we could all use some space.
Come on, please.
Bro, Crow sucks.
Where are you?
I know, like...
You know, I came out here to avoid the yelling.
Sorry. The others went to get food for tonight.
Why not go with them?
I don't know. I don't know anything. What do I tell Jean and his team when we don't even have a plan? The Crow's out drinking, the husband hasn't come back, and even if he did, I don't know if I could trust him. And there's always Jin, but we only have one more question we can ask her. I feel like I'm letting everyone down.
You know, you don't give yourself enough credit.
Oh, thanks.
That wasn't a compliment.
What?
If I have to explain it to you, it'll just defeat the purpose. But if you're tired of not knowing anything, how about we discuss those eyes of yours?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I would be honored.
Sit back down, for Pete's sake.
Too much enthusiasm.
I know, right? Like, just sit the fuck back down.
Let's start with what you do know. Tell me.
Silver-eyed people are supposed to be legendary warriors. Or something. And at the Fall of Beacon, I turned a giant wyvern into stone.
Oh, boy.
Look, if I already knew everything, I wouldn't be asking for help.
Yelling. It's not your fault. I had my father to teach me. And even he didn't have all the answers. But what he told me makes sense, given what I've seen.
Was he a huntsman too?
It wasn't really an official title back in his day. I only knew him as an old soldier and an excellent teacher. I never attended one of those fancy academies of yours, but I scored higher on the license exam than any other huntsman or huntress that day.
Huh. You must have been proud.
He would have scolded me for showing off. He'd never been able to find much information about our abilities. Just legends of warriors whose eyes shone like mirrors, reflecting the light of the world onto darkness. He found so little, in fact, that it made him cautious. How could such powerful bloodlines be so rare? Unless something was actively seeking to destroy them.
Salem.
But why, though?
I tried to keep my powers a secret, but as you know, it wasn't enough. I owe my life to my training and my semblance. At the end of the day, those are still your most powerful tools.
What is your semblance?
Reflexes. A silly name I came up with.
Pre-Philexis.
Hard to explain,
cool. Okay.
but I can sense everything better than most and
So-
react to attacks
Kinda like a
almost
Spidey sense,
before
I
they
guess.
happen.
Yeah.
Combine that with my training and secret ability to turn Grim to stone, or blind them, or vaporize them,
So she can probably see stuff like
that's how
2
you
seconds
become the
before it
Grim Reaper.
happens.
So, how do I laser beam monsters with my eyeballs?
First,
that
you
must have
stop
hurt.
thinking like that. I want you to think of all the times you've triggered your powers. What did those moments have in common?
I
friends were in
was
danger.
scared and stressed. Is it emotional? Like unlocking a semblance?
It's emotional, but more focused than
You
that.
hear the song?
Yeah.
Think. What is it you wanted?
It's a classic.
I wanted to protect my friends.
Fucking told it.
Precisely. It is the desire to preserve life which
Power of
fuels
friendship.
the light inside you. And make no mistake, it is light. Preservation is an extension of creation, or at the very least, an enemy of destruction. The creatures of Grimm were made by the god of darkness, but your light comes from his brother.
How do you know that?
I always knew how to use the light, but never why it only worked on the Grimm. Then Jin showed us her vision. Were you paying attention?
The god of light. His eyes. Okay, where do we start?
Well, not here. The light will only work in the presence of Grimm, meaning the only practice you'll get will be a trial by fire.
It's another thing that I
But
predicted.
What you can do is focus on creating a state of mind that you can tap into when you need it. Don't think about your light as a means of destroying evil, but as a way to protect the people of Remnant.
But that can't be right.
Hmm?
You said the light only reacts to Grimm, but I used it during our battle at Haven. It reacted to Cinder.
Because she's part Grimm.
Interesting. Perhaps there was something that you just weren't seeing?
Ruby!
Oh, hey, guys.
What's going on?
It's Oscar. He's missing.
Bruh.
I mean, we kind of knew that was gonna happen anyway. He was looked at a door and he was like,
Fucking beeline it. Get the hell out. I mean, the problem is that, like, what do you do? Because in one hand, you cannot do anything else other than this because you're just a farmhand, you're a kid, you cannot do anything. But at the same time, you're like, if you stay here, you're just causing problems for the people that you're around.
I mean,
It's
you're
like-
just causing people grief, but it's not because of you. It's because of
everything that entails you.
It's like, oh man, like it's like such a complicated thing. It's like, you know, it's like one of those things where, like, you know, like you immediately have a bad reputation because your big brother in school was an asshole.
Yeah, this is
Type thing.
exactly what it is.
Like, Oscar is just now seeing as an enemy by association to Ospen. That's literally only it. Like, no one likes him because Ospen was an asshole. And like it's even worse because like Ospen isn't even trying to be a bad guy. It's like he's had like millennia of experience and he just doesn't trust anybody. Like, so I mean, nobody's at fault. It's just human emotion getting in the way of rational thinking.
It's victim of circumstance, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
We still didn't explicitly hear why Salem wants the silver eyes, which is the one question that still hasn't been answered. But
I have my assumptions.
I mean, yeah, it can kind of be like math can be done here.
Yeah, because I mean, like, if you want my theory, is because I'm like, here's this thing, right? She dipped into the grim sauce.
Yeah.
You know?
The grim sauce.
Like she got really deep into that grim sauce. So like
She
my
double dipped.
only assumption is that Silver Eyes is literally the cleanser to that.
Yeah, I kind of see it as like she kind of like Cars from JoJo. He can't be killed, but he can be solidified. He can be solidified and then maybe tossed into space.
I mean, RWBY has the ability to turn them into stone, then I can see her getting stuck within, you know, like
Yeah,
you said,
exactly.
solidify, and then she cannot do anything.
I mean, like if anything, like it'll just like she'll just have the same. Salem would just have the same reaction that Cinder had because Cinder, had like that. She was
arm.
reeling from the arm thing.
It's true. It's kind of hard to predict what will happen because Cinder didn't get solidified, but it seems like I don't know. It's so
Granted, she got slapped. Oh, I mean, RWBY got slapped about over the head, so she wasn't able to like finish the attack. I guess.
I guess that's true.
But
yeah.
I mean, put it this way, like the show is basically telling us that Cinder was like part Grim, like way before then.
Yeah.
But she also has that like part human, which is what keeps her alive. But she had
Probably.
like this like burning, like I mean, she lost an eye and she lost an arm too, ish. I mean, her arm is now Big Dickus arm, but like, my assumption is that yeah, Cinder is part Grim to some extent. We don't know whether it's like just naturally, like she was maybe created by Salem, or if she has just undergone
some sort of transformation.
Some sort of like transformation by dipping into the Grim sauce for a little bit. You know,
Mike's fucking like explanation of RWBY lore is the best.
Grim
the
sauce,
Grim sauce,
Big Dick,
bro. Like
Oscar pen.
I bring life to the RWBYverse.
The only thing so I do think, and this is not necessarily important, right? But I do think that y'all kind of forgot the reason why Cinder has any kind of attachment to Grim per se or whatever, and it is because of the fact that whenever she was stealing the power of the maidens, you did say that she was wearing a glove, but the moment that she used the glove with the insect coming out of it, the glove kind of disappeared, and then she got the tattoo on the back. So my assumption is that like that glove represented some sort of contract.
Contract with the Grim?
Probably this girl Salem gave her the glove. It's like, if you want to be able to attain more power or the power of the maintenance, this is the only way. But in order to do so, you also gotta become somewhat of a Grim yourself.
Yeah, I could see that. I think that is what's going on.
So Cinder has like some sort of like curse mark type thing. Like if you want to compare it to like Naruto, like the more she uses it, the more Grimified she gets.
Probably
yeah, but I did at that point, like it would somewhat explain why she got burned when like RWBY
at the top of the tower
Medusa'd her fucking face. And I'll put it more as a flashbang, like she just flashbanged the fuck out of her and burned her eyeball.
I do wonder what exactly is in top, because again we have no idea what happened on top of the tower after she blinked at her.
Know are not saying.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see what actually happened. Was it that after she got she blinked or whatever, she also went berserk mode without noticing and then actually caught her eye out or whatever, or if anything happened, or if she actually just knocked out immediately after, so that's an interesting thought to have, and I guess to like hope that we get answered.
All right.
Anytime soon.
Wow. We need to get that answer right away.
Let's go.
Alrighty, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in episode 9, 8, 20. See ya.
Peace.
Thanks to the new Full Metal Weebs, Dreadful XR, Nick Tesla, and King. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.